Hello everyone and welcome to Gierok Farms. In today's video we are going to be baling corn stalks. We are going to be using that new to us round baler. Starting off here, Dad is greasing it up. I'm going to grab that extra roll of net wrap and store that on the baler. We got a pretty full roll in there now, but just because I'll throw another one in there. But anyways, thank you all for tuning in. Shortly here we'll be hitting the fields, but starting off we're just going to keep getting the baler ready. Got the baler ready. Dad greased it all up. She's going to work today, right? Everything's doing just fine.
Well, we're going to expect breakdowns and we won't get them.
Yeah.
We already see some kind of cloud bank coming in, so you better just get baling her.
Yeah, I think so.
Get it done.
Yeah. How many acres we doing?
Well, I got, let's see, 6. I got 8 today, and then there's 8 tomorrow. So, and my brother's got, what did he say?
Probably 10 today.
Yeah.
About 20 total. So.
Yeah, at least. Yeah.
All right, we got the 7810 hooked up to the round baler. Let's go have some fun. We dropped the first bale. I always like to get out and check after the first one, see how the net wrap did. I also think some of our pickup teeth must have got bent and are rubbing. That's that noise I'm hearing. Wrapping it 4 times here. And I also am gonna switch hydraulic motes because that remote number 1 isn't as fast as remote number 2, and I was playing with the settings, and we're gonna swap them quick. Figure out where that rubbing is. Yeah, I think that's where that noise is coming from, is one of the pickup teeth are bent just a little bit where it's rubbing on that guard there. But we got her swapped here. We're gonna put some pressure on the hydraulics. Last time I swapped them, the monitor got mad. It must not have, when I tried to open the gate, must not have opened smooth and fast enough, or, you know, whatever happened, it just didn't like it. So we're gonna hopefully avoid that. I don't like it when the net wrap activates or it doesn't activate. You know, that's no fun if it activates at the wrong time. And just like that, the first field is done. That's a good feeling. Everything's been running smooth. I've been making really good time. We got 10 1/4 bales off that smaller piece there. So we're carrying a little with us to the next field. These pieces that I'm on today are a lot more manageable when it comes to dropping a bale. The stuff planned for tomorrow, that's not gonna be so nice. That's gonna be drive to 1 or 2 spots in the field in order to dump the bale kind of fields. Here, where I just was, there was enough waterways and it wasn't too steep to where I could drop them on a good half of the field. And then same with over there, there's some steep spots, but there's not really too many places where I have to worry about it running away to where it would wreck something. Most likely if a bale runs away on me there, it's just gonna be into the rye cover crop here, which we still want to avoid, but I think it gives a guy peace of mind knowing that bale, if it does run away, won't find a pond or a fence. I wouldn't know what that's like. But anyway, enough joking. Let's keep moving here. We're making good time. I want to keep that up.
Okay, Dad's here. This is my lower machine shed. We've been raising a few calves down here since we had a few scour bugs up there by the super hut, but now that it's been cooling down this fall, things are going a lot better, so we still got some new calves up there. And one thing I'll tell you, now that the flies are gone with the cold, the cattle are doing a lot healthier, and keeping our fingers crossed on that one, but so far so good. So Aaron just went baling. I'm sure you'll see some of that in the video. What I'm gonna do, I just finished raking. I got him going with the baler now, so he's gonna bale some of mine and he's gotta go bale some for my brother yet, and then tomorrow we do some more baling. So I'm gonna have to move some equipment around because all those round bales are gonna go in back here. So we got to get this trailer and this turbo till out of here. And then I do got some first crop hay piled back here, and I'm kind of stewing about getting some of that hay out and getting it up front here so it's not all buried behind the corn stalks. So you got to think a little bit about a strategy of how we're going to be going through all this. So we'll probably go through a fair amount of corn stalks this winter. I would guess on average probably 1 a day, you know, depending on how sloppy the weather is and stuff. Usually when it's bitter cold, we only go through, well, we go through less because it's just everything is frozen. But then when it warms up, oh my God, it's like you can never give them enough, I guess, at times. So, but we're gonna have quite a bit of it, the way it's starting to look, and that's great. That's great. So we could just use it. So yeah, we do have some hay out front here, but that's a little older, coarser stuff. That's a little nicer stuff. So I'd like to kind of favor some of the nicer stuff to start with. Some of this hay we made like back in 24, we made it so late. It was probably the 10th of July already. Some of it's almost like straw. It was standing dry, but we made it right. But it just didn't get no weather to make dry hay before then. So that's fine. That could make bedding too if needed be. You know, some year when we don't get corn stalks, we use some really old, not so hay, you know. So it's all gonna get used eventually. So anyway, got to get at it. Okay, so I took a several over by my heifer barn, bull barn area, which we now got at least, I think I got 13 there. So that'll be good for now. They shouldn't be in the way before we have to bring everybody home. And then I got a bunch of them out here. I put the hay on pallets. That row I didn't put on a pallet because what I'm planning to do is start filling this up with corn stalks, and maybe about the halfway point I'll take those 3 and stick them in there, because you know, as we use up our bedding, we'll have some hay in there we can grab too. The last thing you want to do is move stuff around more often than you need to. It's almost impossible to know exactly how this is all gonna be fed out and where to actually put everything so that you're not moving it again. But we're trying to make a plan here so we can go 3 high, and we get over here, we're going 4 high already. I mean, and I do got to watch out so I don't knock off the light bulbs, because I have done that before. So what I got to do is our round bale mover over there, I'm gonna have to pull it out of there where it is, because I can't reach the 2 top bales with it being so close to the crib. I'm gonna get that somehow out with Ollie. We're gonna get that. I see Aaron, if you see him way in the distance there, he's already baling. The dust is flying. Looks like it's gonna be dry enough. The clouds came over, but I think we're good. We're already later afternoon. I mean, we got the good sun we needed. I'll be unloading that, and then I'll be taking that out in the field. Then I'm the only guy here, so I'm gonna have to walk back, get my skid steer, and it's not supposed to rain for a couple days yet, so not too worried, but we'll get her. See, he's clipping right along out there. I'm gonna drive the Bobcat out there, then I'm gonna come back. I gotta see, I might have to put my cows in the barn. You know, that's the one thing about a dairy farmer when you're cropping. You know, you have to stop, you know, for some of that stuff. I see they're home, they're probably drinking out of the tanks. I had them grazing up on the, we gave them a hayfield, actually 4th crop. It's kind of drier now. I mean, they're not hurting hay, none. Now that we're, so what are we, like November 3rd or 4th already or something, so it's, you know, it's kind of late where it's not gonna, anyway, check back in with you guys in a little while.
Okay, we're half done with that second field, and now we're on the steeper portion of it, which will be a-okay. Anyways, we're cruising right along, and some of you that haven't round baled before might be wondering why I'm weaving back and forth. That is so that we build an even bale. So behind me, that pickup head runs the entire width of the baler. Actually, I think a little wider with those mega pickup extensions on there. And it's not like a square baler where it all feeds into one chamber. I have to make sure that it makes its way across the entire width of the baler evenly. So a little different than just square baling. I see Dad, he grabbed the other camera, so we'll be checking in with him, giving you his point of view. He's gonna be fetching bales and stacking them in the shed right away, I think. So let's see what he's up to. with this field here for Dad and try to bale here, holding up production. Not used to that where it just rolls 10 yards away onto the other windrow. Normally if it rolls, it really rolls. There we go. Just stay there now. Okay, we just finished the last field for Dad today. We have one small bale there, just a little guy. That'd actually probably be the perfect size for the calf barn. But anyways, checking the numbers of bales, we got 46 total corn stalk bales for Dad already this year, and that would be 43 as of today that got done. So I'm gonna change gears here while Dad's moving bales and putting things away and getting evening chores started. I am gonna go bale for my uncle. We got a little custom to do for him, so that will be nice. So I'm gonna go lift the pickup on the baler, and then we're gonna travel over to my uncle's. We baled another 90 bales this evening. We have had a jam-packed afternoon / evening when it comes to round baling. I did 43 for Dad and 90 for my uncle. I got a lot more done for my uncle than I thought I would today. It was all really good going and everything's been running smooth, so I decided to keep going while the getting was good. I have maybe like 1/8 of a bale, if that, so we're just gonna dump it out here. I got a little baling to do for him tomorrow, so then we can pick it up and on the way to those other fields when we have some light. But anyways, I am gonna end this one off here. Thank you all for tuning in. Thank you for being part of the journey. It has been a jam-packed day, like I was saying. And remember, like, share, comment, subscribe, and we will see you all next time.